been living under a rock, then you probably don't know. But the Game Awards are this week. And usually stuff like this is Christmas for me and a lot of other gamers because we get to see what's happening in the following years, right? What's coming out? What's something to look forward to for the next year, the year after that, maybe the year after that. Who knows, right? Gaming companies, they like telling you, something amazing that you've wanted for years is coming out in 4 or 5 years, right? Or sometimes they'll let you know 5 years in advance, but you still don't even get a date yet. Looking at you, Elder Scrolls 6. Anyways, listen, guys, we got a lot of things to talk about today. Game Awards, the weird, strange, ominous statue revealing. What could it mean? Leon Kennedy has been confirmed to be in Resident Evil 9 Requiem because PlayStation, for whatever reason, put out the poster on PSN showing his face. Why? And I even want to talk about the very depressing reality that RAM is about to be so expensive, right? If you think it's bad now, it's just getting worse. Let's get into it. I am Mighty Keith. All right, guys, y'all have seen it, right? If you haven't been on Twitter, I'm sure you've seen some YouTube videos of it. Geoff Keighley, about a few weeks ago, teased some type of door, some type of gateway, and no one knows what it is. People were speculating. Elder Scrolls, God of War, Egypt, Divinity Original Sin 3, so many different things. The new Soros game that was coming out. And we still have no idea, and they've been pretty ominous about it, right? So this is the full look of what it is, and we still have no idea, right? So apparently what's been checked off the list, Diablo DLC, which I thought it was going to be at one point. I thought maybe God of War Egypt as well. That doesn't seem to be the case because Corey Balrog actually went in someone's live stream, I forgot who, and said, no, it's not. It's just not going to be there. Lord of the Fallen, I couldn't imagine they would do all this for Lords of the Fallen. Not, shooting at that game or anything like that, but like I assume if Geoff Keighley is going to allow this to be a huge reveal, one of two things is happening. One, whoever they are gave Geoff a large amount of money. A very incentivized amount of money, which usually can only come from big developers. But it's very possible some AA game or indie just put their life savings and, took out a huge loan from the bank and gave it to Geoff. And Geoff was like, okay, cool, shoot, I'll show it, right? And it's a huge display of some random game we don't know about, and they're just trying to put eyes on it, right? I don't think that's a good idea, though, because a lot of people are hoping that it is something that they already know about, something that's hyped, right? So if you show something that is just very new that, no one really knows anything about, especially if it's like an indie, a lot of people might be a little turned off because they're like, oh, I wish this was something else. I don't know about this new game that's coming out. Not to this level, right? Not to this level is what I'm saying. I feel like when you put up big statues or big like marketing in real life, it's usually from a huge company like PlayStation. They used to do that a lot. Or it's like a sequel to something people already know about. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the safe bet. Like it's like, okay, people love God of War, right? Or people love Gears of War, right? So let's have this nice big ominous statue in the middle of New York or something that would signify that launching, right? But if it's something that no one really knows about, I feel like it might deflate some type of hype. It might just be like, okay, cool. I mean, you could have just put a YouTube video out and told us, and we'll investigate further down the line. But if it's something everyone already knows about, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe that's coming out. I actually said Dante's Inferno earlier this week because I was like, you know what? That'd be kind of crazy, right? I'm assuming it's a sequel of a game that everyone already knows about or something like that. But it has been deconfirmed to be anything Diablo related, Elder Scrolls, God of War, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll see what's going on. The Game Awards also put it out, right? And look, I saw Yuka Mesa Road, right? So it's like Mesa, Half-Life, but no, probably not. This is a full video of the entire thing. As you can see, there's a bear. There's like weird skulls going around, right? Some of the skulls, some of the demons actually look like they're from Doom, if we're being honest. But Doom literally dropped this year. Like, there's no way it's Doom. I don't think it's like Doom: The Dark Ages DLC. I don't think this would be DLC. I don't think anyone would go to the lengths of this for DLC. I'm going to be honest, but I could be wrong. Um, but yeah, it looks interesting. People were saying it was going to be Saros, which is PlayStation's next big, like like the people who made Returnal. I believe they're making that. I would hope, again, like I said, I hope whatever this is, it is a continuation of something we already know about. I think that would be the most hype. If you're doing all this just for like and teasing it and everything just for a new game that people have to maybe enjoy at some point, like maybe be hyped for, and then it's like, but yeah, it looks cool. I don't know what you guys think it is. Let me know. But everyone's been speculating, right? Everyone's saying, oh, it's another Elder Scrolls. It's this, that, and the third. And another Elden Ring as well. I have no idea what it could be. I don't even know what to lock in on because at first I thought God of War Egypt, and apparently now it's in LA as well. So like they're going in, right? They're putting money into this. The statue, is this? Oh, it moved to LA. Okay, I thought it would maybe they put a second one out there. I was like, okay, what? So yeah, as we get closer to the Game Awards, they're putting it out. Look, man, hopefully it's big, man. Actually, real quick, or if this was a game that's all original, all new, a completely new IP, but it was made by a development team that people already know and love, or by other creators that were part of old gaming companies that now came together and made something cool. I think that would also work. That would also get people hype. My point is that when you do some type of huge marketing like this, I think most people are expecting something familiar, something they've already chewed on, and now they're going to get a bigger bite of it, right? To do all this for something completely new is such a huge gamble because people may look at this and be like, "What is this?" and then not really care. You know what I mean? So hopefully, you need something that's familiar that people are going to be like, "Oh, yay, what a payout." But we'll see. In our hearts. As soon as we saw the Raccoon City sign, we all knew somewhere, somehow, Leon Kennedy was going to be in this game. Raccoon City's been nuked for, I think at this point in the game, like 40 years. I think. No. Not that long. Because Leon would be probably like 50, or around 50 here. And he was like 20 during Resident Evil 2. So, and then 3 happened like around the same time. So 30 years, right? Raccoon City's been demolished for about 30 years. But we knew he was coming back. We knew he was going to do some backflips. We knew I don't care if he's 50 years old, he's going to be doing some backflips. He's going to be doing some hilarious kills on some zombies. But I don't know exactly too much about Resident Evil Requiem. I have seen 2 like cinematics, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't want to get too much in it because we're getting it in February, right? So I want to be I kind of don't want that much information. But this week, we're going to keep getting more, right, in the Game Awards. Now, I'm going to watch it because I'm not going to have my ears closed during this segment of Resident Evil, right? I'm going to love it. I love Resident Evil. It's one of my it's probably my favorite horror franchise. Capcom can do no wrong. I am a very Capcom enjoyer, right? They can do no wrong in my eyes, right? Outside of like, MVCI. Well, they've done some wrong in the past. I'm not gonna lie, but mostly they can do no wrong. All right, they can do no wrong. But yeah, so PlayStation actually sent out. This is absolutely 100% real, by the way, guys. So PlayStation Store revealed it. Right, some users, when you clicked on pre-ordering the Resident Evil 9, it actually showed the official box art of what it's going to be, and lo and behold, it's a 50-year-old Leon Kennedy up there. Crazy work, crazy work. Let me see if I can find the other one, the other image. Yeah, found it. Okay, here's actually one of the people that recorded it.
So, right here, this is literally like I don't know how you would say this is AI, but Look at this. That's Leon. That is clear as
Crazy.
day, Leon.
PlayStation
And that
Store.
is Grace. Right there. I can even go back. Look at this. Resident Evil.
That's so funny.
You click it, and boom, right there.
PlayStation Store, stop having leaked information of video games coming up challenge. Impossible. So at long last, Leon Kennedy has been confirmed to appear in Resident Evil Requiem. Again, most people assumed this was going to happen. Leon Kennedy is a fan favorite, and I would even go as far to say it's a Capcom favorite. I think Capcom loves Leon Kennedy, maybe even more than Chris at this point. And yeah, we were like, all right, we're back. We're showing more Raccoon City. I feel like Leon's coming back, like in some way or another. Don't know if he's gonna be playable. Well, actually, no, he's probably gonna be playable. There's a huge face on the case. He's probably gonna be playable, which means we may have that dual protagonist again, which is cool. That's gonna be really fun to play as Leon. The only issue I could see happening is that this is clearly a story about Grace, and if we do another like Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 2, where it's like dual, like you beat one, then you beat the other, or Resident Evil 1 as well. I think people are gonna gravitate towards Chris more, right? His story, because it's like, okay, this is probably Leon's 50 by this point, right? It's probably his last hurrah, right? Which would kind of overshadow Grace, who is supposed to be, I guess, the new blood for the franchise. And I'm assuming they were going to want to push her importance and relevance. They would have to do something like, I guess, Resident Evil 3 remake, where it was mostly Jill, and then you got a little bit of the other guy. What was his name? Diego? I forgot his name. They're going to have to do something like that. Or can we get like a Resident Evil 5 where it's just, maybe some dual protagonists at the same time type thing? That'd be kind of cool. But anyways, the reveal of the new cover art of the game featuring Leon Kennedy. Leon finally puts to bed one of the year's biggest gaming mysteries, something developer Capcom has itself refused to address. Just days ahead of Requiem's appearance at the Game Awards. Presumably, we'll see Leon announced officially there. Maybe. This morning, Resident Evil fans began spotting the new cover art appearing on PlayStation Console in pre-download screens for owners of the standard non-deluxe version of the game. IGN has now verified this ourselves and confirmed the image is legitimate. Leon is real. What if, okay, hear me out. This is a hard read for the Game Awards. What if during and or after the Game Awards, during the Capcom segment for Resident Evil 9, they drop a demo? Because there is a demo that a lot of people have played at, like, what was it, San Diego Comic-Con or Gamescom? I think it was Gamescom, right? People have played a demo. What if that demo is now available to us? Because think about it. This game comes out in 2 months, right? Am I losing my mind? It comes out in February, right? So, a demo right now wouldn't sound too crazy. Yeah, February 27th, all right? So, we're going into March at that point. But still, a demo wouldn't be too crazy. Okay, so that'd be pretty sick. But we'll see. This was, I'm enjoying this a lot. I really hope the game is good. Now for some not too great news. Again, this is probably something you guys have already aware of, and probably even did more research than me about it because of the impending doom. It seems to be causing. But essentially, Micron, a major manufacturer of RAM chips, right, says it is exiting the consumer memory business and focusing on chips used in data centers, like the AI data centers. So for those who aren't like super tech savvy, they are a big manufacturer of like RAM, and they're no longer going to be on the consumer side. And what that's going to do is spike the RAM currently way up, right? Because I don't know what's the best way to even. I don't even know what's the best way. What analogy to even use? Essentially, a lot of stuff is going to be harder to do, more expensive, right? RAM used to be like one of the the least expensive parts of building your own PC, because building your own PC was much better than buying it pre-built, and much more beneficial than if you're just like a gamer, right? A gamer. It was very, you get a lot of bang for your buck if you build it yourself. But now, right, pre-builts are looking a little bit more enticing because I don't know, they get deals with all their stuff, and maybe all their stuff isn't the most quality, but I mean you're still saving money in some places, or spending the exact same amount had you just built it yourself with these changes happening. I remember, dude. When I built my first PC was in like 2012. I think like 2011, 2012. It was the first time I ever built it, right? It took me like 3 hours, 4 hours, because I had no idea what I was doing. Right now, it'd be way faster, but yeah. And RAM was like, dude, I swear RAM was like $60, $70, bro. I like maybe even cheaper. Like good RAM. But now, brother, all right. Pay no mind to the cat uniform I'm gonna buy my cat for Christmas on the right. Dude, we're talking $442, $329. I saw one for $600. Like, this is absolutely insane pricing, right? This is so expensive now. And these aren't just one-off things, bro. Look at it, 18.7K reviews. Like a lot. These are the things that a lot of people are buying, and yeah, things are just going to get incredibly expensive. And it's one of these. It's one of those ripple effects of AI being so dominant in the tech industry right now, and it's not going away. People are like, "Oh, I can't wait for the AI bubble to go away," and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't think the AI bubble is going away. I think AI could be very good when it comes to things like in the medical industry and things like that. And obviously, it's one of those things where it's like, once the box is open, you can't close the box. Like it's there, right? If the U.S. isn't developing AI faster than other countries, we fall behind. And obviously, the U.S. doesn't want to do that. So they're going to do everything in their power to jump into this AI market, just like every other country in the world. So it's not going away, right? It's never going away. The best thing we can do to make sure Skynet doesn't actually happen for real is have some type of regulation, right? And maybe that just slows the inevitable, but have some type of regulation on AI, because as of right now, the way it can be used is there's nothing that impedes it. And it's not going to be very long before you guys see some crazy stuff on the news involving AI, crimes, et cetera, et cetera. Things that didn't actually happen, but AI made it so that you could not distinguish what was reality and what was fake. But anyways, I'm going off in the weeds. Anyways, RAM is going to be more expensive. That's pretty much the gist of it. And that doesn't mean just for buying your own PC, by the way, or creating your own PC. RAM is used in a lot of stuff, in a lot of machines for that you use in medical, in refrigerators, kitchen appliances, video game consoles. RAM is used in almost everything, and in a lot of stuff that we use in the modern age. And it is just going to skyrocket. So it says, who's going to make RAM for consumer devices then? Samsung and SK? I think no. My RAM is from Corsair. That's not true. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, so wait, no, that's just the brand though. I don't know who. I don't know who's the manufacturer of the one I have, but I have enough RAM to be okay for right now. So if you I just kind of upgraded my PC at the beginning of the year because I wanted to play Monster Hunter Wilds unimpeded by the issues that everyone else was getting. So yeah, I made sure. I'm a Monster Hunter. Like I said, Capcom can do no wrong. But I'm a Monster Hunter lover, so I upgraded my machine to be kind of beefy for a while. But for those who have not done that right now, it's going to be very expensive. And that's the sad part about all this. And let's see how the fans are going to it, right? Because this is crucial memory. About a week ago, they had this statement. Today, Marcon shared some news that comes with a heavy heart. Heavy heart. You made the decision. We've made the difficult decision to wind down the crucial consumer business. Why? Did someone put a metaphorical gun to your head and be like, hey, you gotta leave the consumer business, only work on AI? No, this was their own decision. I mean, like, they wanted to do this. We've made the difficult decision to wind down the crucial consumer business. This means that sales of crucial brand products through retailers, retailers, and distributors worldwide will gradually come to an end. Boo! For nearly 3 decades, Crucial has been more than just a brand. It's been a trusted companion for millions of people building, upgrading, and creating, thanks to an incredible community of passionate customers. Blah 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 blah. BS BS BS. Interesting. Now let's look at the comments. What does it say? Thank you for 29 amazing years of trust. Yeah, get out of here. Spineless and embarrassing. When you come crawling back to consumers after the AI bubble bursts, that's not happening. You'll know where you can shove your product. I can't imagine the AI bubble busting. I think it's only going to get crazier. But hey, I would love to be wrong. Yeah, difficult decision. Yeah, get out of here. Heavy heart, but money, do you trust? It won't age well. You took this decision while AI bubble is going to implode soon. I still don't understand why people think this. It won't. Many trillions are being invested in biggest. For AI bubble to bust, that means like no one's using AI anymore. Like, it's not going to be a very prevalent part of technology in our future. And I think they're the exact opposite. I think most things are going to be using AI from now on, which is a just unfortunate reality from what I believe, right? Won't age well. No, just admit that you want AI money and fuck everyone else. Yep, this is very stupid. Look, no one likes this, brother. Nobody likes this. But yeah, that's our sad reality currently. So you got some good news, you got some bad news, guys. Game Awards are this week, so that is fun. That's going to be nice to watch. I may or may not stream it. I will definitely record my reactions regardless, and I'll have some videos out for you. And guys, my channels on my main site is blowing up, man. We got over 20,000 subscribers last month on my main channel, dude. We're at 682, I think. We could hopefully hit 700K by the end of the year. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to be having a lot more skits coming out this week about the Game Awards and some various other stuff. Where wins meet, I'm going to have a skit about that too. So hope you guys enjoy. I know this one was kind of long, but I haven't seen you guys on this channel in a while, so I said, let me drop one. I got some Dispatch episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, how many have there been? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got the rest of Dispatch coming out. I don't think I played the last 2 episodes. I have the rest of Dispatch coming out during the week. And what other game was I playing recently? Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I have been playing that with a friend. It's so godlike. I wanted to put out a video for it. But all right, guys, I'm heading out. Hope you guys enjoy. I'm slapping this thing. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see y'all a little bit later. Peace.